time for the digital marketing news this week. Let's dive into it. Before we do, I wanted to just take a second. I started keeping a journal again. Obviously, I've kept a journal in the past. I was a literature major at UC Santa Cruz, and then I got my MBA after that. Anyways, I just bring that up because I used to love to write quite a bit. And but this journal is specific. It's just about things that I've learned by observing others or through my own interactions throughout the week. One of the things that I wrote down, though, out of the 5 things that I wrote down this week, I wanted to share with you because I thought that why can't I give you a little bit of good energy right before we jump into the digital marketing news, which is also awesome. Quickly, this is what I wrote down. Keep all your energy in the right direction. It's not a matter of what happens to you in life, but what you make of it and how you use the energy it creates. So, was that really a problem, or really was it an opportunity? And was that an opportunity for you to create energy to make a change for something for the better in your future? I just find that mindset is so important, and hopefully a few of those words might be helpful to you next time a problem or an opportunity arises for you. Let's go ahead and dive into the digital marketing news now. So first thing is WordPress 5.7. It's now offering one-click conversion to HTTPS. So one click and you can make your website secure. So that is in the new Esperanza version of WordPress 5.7. And it's something that allows for a very quick conversion. So check that out. Next thing, the WordPress Gutenberg 10.1 is boasting that they have a great theme for Core Web Vitals. So check that out. And they're saying that this particular theme is better than others. In general, WordPress sites are not good for Core Web Vitals. Hardly any of them pass. And that could have been one of the reasons why Google recently made a statement that Core Web Vitals would not have as big of an impact as they said that they would on Google updates. That statement kind of reverberated throughout the entire SEO industry, and it is something that we're going to look at actually right now because Alita Solis did a poll asking people some questions around this. So Alita Solis conducted a survey in response to the recent statement by Google's Danny Sullivan, who said that page experience won't start off as a significant factor immediately. So this poll, it asked SEOs if the statement changes their current Core Web Vital optimization priorities, okay? So does this change the way that you're going to be approaching Core Web Vitals? It's been a big thing for like a long time coming. We did a webinar on it. So here's what the SEOs said, okay? They said, okay, does that statement change their Core Web Vital optimization priorities? So 6.9% said yes, it won't prioritize it now. 53.8% said no, is a priority still. So yes, won't prioritize it now, 6.9%. It's kind of confusing the way they worded this, frankly. No is still a priority, is a priority still, 53.8%. No, never prioritized, 16.9%. So 16.9%, we're going to do it at all. And then finally, just want to see the results, 22.5%. So 53.8% still feel it's a priority, which is the majority. And like 16 people weren't even going to do it at all. And, make of that what you will. Next thing, Microsoft Bing, it's rolling out updates to search. These are I was surprised that they're rolling these out because the way that I read this, it's kind of like they're trying to keep people in the SERPs and from going to people's actual websites, which is a huge issue for website owners who want to get traffic and things like that. So here's what they are, okay? First one, intuitive highlighting, okay? Click on a card result in search and Bing will display more info about that result in line. You won't even have to click the link on the web page unless you want to take a deep dive into that info. Okay, so they're keeping people in the SERPs, right? Good for them, more ad impressions. Next thing, integrated visual search. Click on a card result and you'll see a visual search button on it. Click on that button and Bing will display results from an image search based on the content on the card, okay? Next thing, expandable carousels, kind of similar to the intuitive highlighting, right? Hover over a carousel result and see additional info about it, okay? Still with me? Next thing, infographic like SERPs, okay? See results for broad subjects like giraffe or Kenya displayed on the right-hand sidebar in infographic-like format. And then finally, local search upgrades. Look for aggregated results in local search similar to the formats described above. So, kind of love Microsoft, by the way. I love working with the Microsoft advertising team. They're really great. And by the way, their advertising with the integration of LinkedIn and the Microsoft Audience Network is really something else. When we did our webinar with them, I was blown away by the targeting abilities that they have there. And they're very underutilized. I think it's great ad inventory that more people should be focusing on, and they don't. So keep that in mind. But this in general, these updates, I already commented on it. Next thing. So Google, somebody asked Google, how do you get pages out of the index? And then Google said, use NoIndex. That's the end of that story. So use NoIndex. It's a directive that you can put in the code of a website and tells Google not to index it. John Mueller came out with a comment about this is one way you could remove 10,000 pages from the index. Next thing, Instagram is testing auto captions for stories. So Instagram is testing a new closed caption sticker for stories. It will generate captions for your video clips in a variety of text formats. So you can choose from Courier flavored, non-proportional font, large letters for emphasis, or basic block letters. Now keep in mind this new feature, it's still in test mode, so you might be able to access it, but when you try to do anything, you'll get an internal only error message. So it's not fully live yet, but that should be good because basically, if you didn't know, the majority of people on the web, they don't play the video sound. They're just sitting there at night and guessing at what is the audio that's associated with this video, apparently. So that's why the captions are really important to do. If you haven't tried Rev, it's a really cheap and easy way to do it. Next thing, Twitter plans to launch Spaces next month. What is Spaces? Well, Spaces is the answer to Clubhouse that Twitter has come out with. If you've been following this story, Facebook and Twitter are coming out with answers to Clubhouse because Clubhouse is just taken off. And that's it. I don't know. I'd like to try it, but I don't love the way that these tech companies just create the same features that others have created that have been successful. But anyways, Spaces, it's an audio-only social media platform. Unlike Clubhouse, though, it's not an invite-only hangout for the rich and famous, which is kind of what Clubhouse is like, which I guess is what a Clubhouse is like. But, I've seen a lot of kind of, that type in there, I guess. So anybody will be able to use Spaces, and we'll have to check it out. Next thing, Google says LSI, so latent semantic indexing keywords are not a thing. So I thought this was kind of interesting because I think a lot of SEOs have kind of guessed at this for a while. So basically, like before they thought if you're trying to optimize and get ranked for a term like saltwater fishing reels, you might want to throw in words like ocean, boating, or sport fishing because that would help your SEO. Google, John Mueller said that stuff does not matter. So he said, first of all, we have no concept of LSI keywords, so that's something you can completely ignore. But he thought that it was interesting when you're, to create relevant information. And he thought that could be a good computer science paper for somebody to look at in the future. That's it for the digital marketing news this week. I hope you had an awesome week. I can't wait to see you next week. A lot of exciting things going on. And take care. Like, comment, subscribe. I love chatting with you online. It's really fun to chat with you. So make sure to leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought about this news this week. I will see you next time. Bye.